All right, so we were talking about the animal contingents there. What you see on your television screen are the Him Yodhas. In the Himalayas, Siachens are animals who serve as much as our soldiers, and you can see, the two-humped camel, which is used in the Siachen Glacier. Where our Him Yodhas are concerned. The Bactrian camel, to be precise, the cold desert of Ladakh, marching and saluting the dais there. The kites, Sandeep, would you want to come in and give us an understanding? Because you have the double-humped Bactrian camels, you have the kites. This is the animal contingent.
The animal contingent, the salute to the silent, companions that the Indian Armed Forces also deploy. These are part of the Remount and Veterinary Corps. They're getting full display out here. You've seen a lot of the falcons, especially trained falcons that are used to clear birds around airfields and of course to even try and intercept drones. And you've seen there for the first time Indian hounds on display. The Mudhol hounds, for instance. This is part of the Defence Ministry's aim to induct the maximum number of indigenous dog breeds, and that's there. They have a place of pride in the parade there today. It's heartening to see them. All kinds of animals, different types, which are still in use. So while we have machine power, we still have animal power as well for the various kinds of terrain that we operate in.
The Zanskar ponies, the Indian hounds, the raptors, the double-humped camels, all of that would be one of the favorite contingents, especially where children are concerned. But to move on, you have the army bands, and then you have on your television screen the Rajput regiment. My uncle has been the CEO and retired as general from the Rajput regiment. Well, that regiment marching forward and saluting the dais.
Absolutely. I mean, look at it. I mean, absolute spectacular, hand, eye, leg, foot coordination. We have some of the best
chatak
marching.
Chaal that we were speaking of
is on full display here on Kartavya Path, Preeti, and it is such a tough competition every year to judge the best marching contingent.
Well, the Assam Regiment coming right ahead, the contingent marching along the Kartavya Path is from now the Assam Regiment. And you're right there. Look at that precision. And you can actually hear their war cry as well.
Right, absolutely, Preeti. And there's so many marching contingents. They practice for this one day, for these few hours. They spend in so much of blood, sweat and toil right through the year for that one moment under the sun. And that moment is today, 26th of January, on Kartavya Path, Preeti.
The Assam Regiment has a lot of laurels and honors, ladies and gentlemen. Raised on the 15th June 1945 in Shillong, a part of the Second World War in the Burma campaign as well. But let's move forward. Now coming in, marching, forging ahead, the Combined Military Band. That's what you see on your television screen, is the Combined Military Band, the combination of military bands of the Kumaon Regiment, 39 Gorkhas Training Center and 11 Gorkha Rifles comprising of 74 musicians. The Gorkhas always, if you've been part of the army culture, if you've been part of the Indian Armed Forces, you'd understand the most prized band is usually the Gorkha Regiment band, and you see that. Coming right ahead after that, Sandeep, is the Jammu and Kashmir Light Infantry, the JACLI, been an integral part of some recent operations, especially Operation Sindoor?
Yes, absolutely. And, Operation Sindoor, where the armies played a very significant role, Preeti, while the Air Force walked away with a lot of the accolades, given the fact that it was non-contact warfare, which the Air Force specializes in. It was the army that played a very crucial role on the ground as well. The artillery and of course the infantry, they carried out several strikes across the border to engage enemy positions, and we've seen some very, very important milestones being crossed over there during Operation Sindoor, especially by the Indian Army. Seven of those targets were hit by the Indian Army on the opening hours of Op Sindoor in May of 2025, Preeti.
All right, so that's the artillery regiment forging ahead, saluting the dais, and following right that behind is another combined military band that you see on your television screens. The Bombay Engineer Group, the Army Service Corps South, and Army Medical Corps comprising of 74 musicians. Saluting the dais, and you have the President
playing the tune Shere Jawan. And behind them, we have Shere Jawan, the 4 Bhairav Battalion, the 6th Light Infantry Regiment, led by Major Anjum Gorkha, going past the saluting base. This is a
specialized assault infantry unit. Want to reflect on that?
This is the first time that they've very newly raised the Bhairav commando battalions. They're light commando battalions. There are 4 of them already there. There's plans for 4 more, and these are very specialized infantry units that are going to be used in specialized missions. They are like commando units, but they're integral to the infantry, and this borrows from other such units that have been used across the world for specialized tasks. Again, this is proof of the army going in for conventional operations in a major way. It's a break from the past where we've been fighting counterinsurgency for several years, and now we're looking at conventional war returning to the table, to the planners and their future plans for the Indian Army.